What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Don't get in the way of Ridge and Taylor. Thomas returns to warn Brooke. The Bold and the Beautiful reveals that Thomas Forrester will be back to warn Brooke Logan not to come between Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes. Ivy Forrester tells Hope Logan in the first episode of BNB's weekly promo that Hope is the only woman Liam Spencer loves. Ivy will give Hope updates on her recent visit to Liam and how she pitched the idea of a reunion, but Liam rejected her immediately. Although Liam was nice about that rejection, he made it clear that he's still hoping for a future with Hope. Liam will enjoy a little fashion show that Beth Spencer puts on, so he'll get another reminder of just how amazing she is. It'll lead to Liam gushing about their daughter during a conversation with Hope, so they'll both be drawn to each other because of their Beth connection. Hope will have a lot of good reasons to think about going back to Liam because of that and their romantic history. That said, Hope is still engaged to Carter Walton, who's determined to marry her as soon as possible. Hope will be pulled in two different directions by Carter and Liam. Therefore, keep an eye out for any additional messy romantic news. Taylor will be overjoyed when Thomas surprises her by coming back to her office in Los Angeles. Taylor will call out Thomas's name with glee and pull him into a huge hug, so she'll definitely be glad to see her son. Thomas will have a sweet catch-up session with Taylor, but he'll also take a moment to seek out Brooke in the Forrester design office. Katie Logan will be there when Thomas puts Brooke on notice. The Bold and the Beautiful say Thomas will defend Taylor and Ridge's new chapter together, so he'll do whatever he can to block Brooke from posing a threat. Thomas returns, Ivy and Hope bond, Sheila's moral dilemma. The Bold and the Beautiful Thomas Forrester is back. Ivy Forrester, on the other hand, tells Hope Logan the truth. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. Planning Taylor Hayes' wedding. Let's start off with Taylor Hayes, who has been busy planning her wedding to Ridge Forrester. Although Ridge tried to tell her what happened in Italy, she interjected by gushing about the wedding. Then, Taylor said she was not taking her engagement ring off. Meanwhile, Taylor has been busy planning and trying to get everything ready before Brooke Logan makes another move on Ridge. Thomas Forrester is coming back. It is confirmed in the weekly preview clip that Thomas finally comes back to Los Angeles. However, we don't have an exact date yet. Thomas will have a wonderful reunion with his mother when he returns. Then, he announces that he is back for his parents' wedding. Brooke Logan beware. According to the Bold and the Beautiful, Thomas will issue a warning to Brooke. Thomas confronts Brooke while Katie Logan stands and listens. The blonde is advised by the designer not to get in the way of Ridge and Taylor again. Over with Ivy, she tells Hope just how much Liam loves her. This could make her feel even more divided about the two men in her life. The moral difficulty of Sheila Carter Sharp. We should also see some more of Sheila Carter Sharp. The actions of Luna Nozawa horrify the waitress. Sheila keeps providing the young lady with information that makes her want to flee at the same time. Luna was already seen counting down until Sheila walks in. This indicates that she is aware of the precise amount of time remaining before Sheila returns at any given time. That's a big sign that Luna will sneak out yet again. Will Spencer and Elektra Forrester's special night. Fans might also see what happens during Will Spencer and Elektra Forrester's special night. Elektra's desire for perfection implies that the opposite will occur. Will Luna crash the guesthouse, or could Will's flashbacks resurface as the worst time ever? Even though Katie advised Will to forget about the unidentified girl, that may be more challenging than she anticipates. Especially since Luna is determined to get the man she wants. Luna's pregnancy seems a little premature. Only a few days have passed since their magical night. Therefore, let's see what comes next. The Bold and the Beautiful indicates that tensions are about to escalate as Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes advance with their wedding preparations. Meanwhile, Brooke Logan receives yet another admonition against interfering in their future, this time from Thomas Forrester himself, who has just returned to Los Angeles after a period away. He arrives with a renewed commitment to safeguard his mother's happiness and a profound resentment towards Brooke for the continuous suffering she has inflicted upon his family. As soon as Thomas re-enters Taylor's life, her face brightens with joy, and she embraces her son, overwhelmed with relief that he is back in time for the wedding she has long envisioned. Although Ridge has been preoccupied with memories of Italy and the kiss that nearly disrupted everything, Taylor has firmly asserted that nothing will obstruct this ceremony, not Brooke, not the Logans, and not even Ridge's own doubts. However, the ever-present shadow of Brooke Logan continually threatens to intrude upon their joy, which is precisely why Thomas resolves to confront her directly. He storms into the Forrester design office, where Katie Logan is also present, and firmly tells Brooke that she must not impede Ridge and Taylor's new beginning. His voice is laced with cold anger as he reminds her that every time Ridge has attempted to move forward, she has clawed her way back into his life, shattering Taylor's heart in the process. Thomas vows that he will not allow that to occur again. Katie stands awkwardly to the side, fully aware that Brooke still harbors feelings for Ridge, yet also recognizing that Thomas has a valid point, as Taylor deserves some tranquility after years of heartache. Meanwhile, across town, Ivy Forrester has her own agenda as she confronts Hope Logan in the first episode of the week's promo, stating that Hope is the only woman Liam Spencer loves. Ivy's tone is both firm and sympathetic as she shares details of her recent visit with Liam, during which she proposed the idea of a reunion, only to be turned down because Liam's heart still belongs to Hope. Although Ivy attempts to minimize her own feelings, it is clear that she is hurt by the rejection. Nevertheless, she chooses to transform this rejection into a gift for Hope, informing her that Liam's love remains steadfast. Upon hearing this, Hope cannot help but feel conflicted once again. Despite being engaged to Carter Walton, who is pressuring her to set a wedding date and is eager to marry her immediately, her bond with Liam is undeniable. This is especially evident when Beth Spencer showcases a little fashion show for her parents, prompting Liam to express his admiration for their daughter, which reminds Hope of their shared history, family, and love, drawing her closer to Liam against her better judgment. Meanwhile, Carter becomes increasingly anxious, aware of the influence Liam has over Hope, yet he is desperately trying to secure their future together. Hope, however, seems unable to quiet her heart, caught between the stability that Carter offers and the passion she feels for Liam. This sets the stage for a complicated romantic triangle reminiscent of the Ridge-Brooke-Taylor saga from the previous generation. The focus, however, remains firmly on the Forrester family, as Taylor immerses herself in wedding preparations, determined not to let Ridge's doubts affect her, even when Ridge attempts to confess what transpired in Italy. Taylor interrupts him, enthusiastically discussing the ceremony and firmly stating that she will not remove her engagement ring for any reason. This only intensifies Ridge's feelings of being trapped. However, Thomas's return enhances Taylor's confidence, as her son is now fully supportive of her, expressing that he returned specifically to witness his parents' marriage and that he will do everything necessary to prevent Brooke from undermining them. The reunion between Thomas and Taylor is touching and filled with mother-son affection, yet beneath this warmth lies Thomas's renewed resentment towards Brooke, whom he perceives as the greatest threat. His warning in the design office echoes throughout Forrester Creations, prompting Katie to ponder whether Brooke will heed his advice or once again allow her emotions to lead her directly into Ridge's orbit. Despite Brooke's efforts to maintain her composure, she cannot deny the persistent connection she feels with Ridge, a bond that no admonition from Thomas can break. This creates an underlying tension that threatens Taylor's happiness as her wedding day draws near. Meanwhile, in another part of the narrative, Sheila Carter Sharp grapples with her own ethical dilemmas. Disturbed by Luna Nozawa's increasingly reckless behavior and her relentless pursuit of Will Spencer at any cost, Sheila attempts to steer Luna with enigmatic warnings and subtle guidance, yet ultimately fails to curb her destructive fixation. Luna's scheming introduces an additional layer of chaos to the already complex web of relationships, as Will grapples with haunting memories of that enigmatic night, torn between Electra Forrester's gentleness and Luna's perilous charm. However, the most gripping drama that fans will eagerly anticipate is whether Thomas's stern caution can genuinely keep Brooke at a distance, or if history will once again repeat itself with Ridge caught in a dilemma between the two women he has cherished for decades. As Ridge finds himself positioned between his two great loves, with Taylor holding on to the hope of a future and Brooke burdened by her past, the stakes have never been higher. Thomas is prepared to fight with all his might to protect his mother from heartbreak, igniting a new chapter of Forrester-Logan conflicts that will shake Los Angeles to its very foundation.